Hey, what's up, everybody? Well, it's Carpo doing a kind of an evening video here. The After Dark Sesh. I'm sitting out here with my cup of tea. I usually do this around, in the evening when I've been doing these. It's after my wife gets home, because I'm here with the kids all day. I'm a stay-at-home dad. Yep, that's my job right now. I'll tell you, it's a tough one, but it can be rewarding. As I look and see dirty feet sticking up over the top of the couch. Kids crack me up. You have to have a level of patience with children that is like beyond extraordinary. If you want them to respect you, as they grow. I mean, it's easy to yell at a kid into submission, but that's not how I do my parenting. So I'm distracted most of the day with them, but I, still try to fit in other things. So I guess I'll use that as kind of a transition into a video subject, which I guess would be, because I was listening to Manly Hall earlier, and I love that guy, and I remember one time there was one particular lecture where he talked about people who get to the age of retirement and how, or I should say that it started out with parents, and saying how parents who don't have any lives of their own tend to create too much of a life around their children, and how they need to also have a life of their own, so when their children are gone, they're not like obsessing, and lost and trying to figure out what to do. But how a lot of parents jump from that into grandparenting, and that becomes the obsession, and it's difficult to find things to do in life. That's the hardest thing. It's there's a certain amount of motivation it takes just to even do just normal activities. Like I've always admired people who can just go out and have all these hobbies and groups and things they do, sewing groups, whatever it may be. It's something they enjoy. I guess I have mine, but they're just more private. Kind of do my own thing, I don't. I guess it would be kind of fun to have like a local group of people to hang out with, but I don't really share any similar interests, I guess, that I could think of really off the bat. I mean, art and stuff, but that's kind of why I do YouTube, and is to meet similar people. This is kind of my group, It's my my counseling, just be able to hang out and talk with other people who have the same thoughts in life, or different thoughts in life, whatever it may be. Just thinking about life. I guess those are the kind of people I like talking with. People who wake up every day and say, damn, this is wild. Excuse me. I was talking earlier, I was listening to this Manly Hall lecture on my headphones, and he was talking about dreaming and Eastern mysticism, and how to them dreaming is the reality. And this is a subject that I've been into in the past. I was really strongly into lucid dreaming for a period of time, a couple of years, I think. I wrote down and documented all my dreams, and I did it during like a 2 years of sobriety when I was on probation back in like 09, 08 or 09, and started getting all these books. I had Carlos Castaneda, The Art of Dreaming, and then this book called Creative Dreaming by Pamela Ball, I think it was. And I would wake up and read them at like 5 in the morning, go back to sleep, learn how to lucid dream, control my dreams. And so I'm always fascinated by it. In the Eastern mysticism, they believe that dreaming was the reality, and that the waking life was the, like, in other words, when you're in the dream state, you're in the eternal realm, whatever you want to call it, And over the years, I've thought about it and thought, no, that's possible, but not likely, only because, maybe people aren't sure. There's some dreams that are more just mundane and other dreams that seem more important. But you can put people under brain scans now and see that the brain is activated in certain areas while we're dreaming, but that doesn't necessarily mean that dreaming doesn't really take us to another place. As if the brain is a transceiver or a receiver of light, energy, signals, whatever it may be, we may very well be in another place. Just something we don't understand. But the one thing that really got me when he was talking about it was, he said the reason why they believe that sleep is the normal state is because without sleep, you die. And without being awake, you don't necessarily die. And people can be in a state of, deep sleep and wake up, but people can't stay awake for really long periods of time. I mean, there have been documented cases of people staying up for long periods of time, sure, but what do you see, Gino? It's just something to ponder, I guess, the idea that sleep is our default state, that it puts us back. For me, it's always been kind of a reset, like a transition back into reality. You get to the evening and you start getting into all this, when you're sleeping, your brain flows freely. You get to think about, or should I say, your conscious mind shuts down and your subconscious takes over. Therefore, your subconscious being part of the ether, part of this, whatever you want to call it. Now, there are people out there who would say, bogus, dreams are just dreams. They're just products of our minds. And I respect that view, too. People are entitled to believe that. I personally don't. I believe that dreams have some strong implications. Of course, many of them are just products of our subconscious trying to explain things to us and work stuff out, Well, I've talked about dreams. It sounds like the kid's going crazy.